we're all wondering, are you feeling better?
On a scale of 1 to 10, about an 8, thank you. Thanks for asking, though.
Yeah, and confined to bed for a couple days. You know, we were really concerned when you were out 2 days. So we did send a camera to find out what you were doing.
It's not this again.
Oh, look how bad he's...
I've been set up again, folks.
Great. Wow, 6 kids, and you were the youngest.
I was the youngest, and my revenge was being the tallest, as you see.
Were you the spoiled brat, too?
No, I was like that's my parents as well. I was like a piñata. Are you kidding me? Bill, let's set the videotape, Spike. This is my brother Bill, about to receive the flame there.
Now, how was he selected?
He was nominated by the United Way because he ran the Catholic Charities campaign successfully this year. I think there's too much violence in hockey. What do you think about that?
Well, you put me on the spot here, Ray, but...
I see it. It was moving on me. It was moving.
Our own Ray Collins was out there. How did Ray do?
Ray did fine. Once he got that contact down, he was okay.
Here, hey, buddy.
This is my impression, by the way, of Carl Yastrzemski, Polish hero, the Boston Red Sox.
Right.
The Water Pride.
Yeah, that's very good.
Switch hitter, Ray. I never knew.
No. On the baseball field.
Okay. Ray, we're going to look at your leaks this morning because, as promised, you know, we do have a leak in the garden. In fact, we have 3 leaks, and here they are. 1, 2, 3.
Can I take one of those?
No, you cannot take a leak from Chuck's Happy Garden.
All right.
Sue, I need you to call some balls and strikes here.
Is up at the plate.
All right, last one before we go to the break.
Error.
This is why I should keep my day job. Gosh.
Woo!
All right, fellas.
Oh, you were throwing that at me.
All right. We will come back to the Wake Up Show after this short time out. Wake Up is 2, and there's me when I was about 2.
Yeah, what'd you look like when you were 2?
There I was. Or you are. There's Chuck Gurney.
Yeah, just like these happy memories of yours.
Look at that.
From a little bit longer ago than 2 years.
Look like a beach ball. It's embarrassing. Thank you very much.
News 4's Wake Up Man and St. Joe's alumnus Ray Collins was on hand to congratulate his alma mater team.
Who said you can't go home again? I went back to St. Joe's yesterday where I graduated from. And there's Roma Downey.
She's pretty. I mean, she's so delicate looking on television.
Yeah, she really.
That's fine. If I get 5 hours, I am feeling very good and very lucky.
You're not tired during the day?
No.
Well, you could anchor a morning news show, couldn't you?
You do that very well. That's your vocation.
My wife and myself always figured that do the best we can and set good examples, and hopefully it'll drift off on them, and it did.
There's my father. 6 kids later, 13 grandkids.
He did a good job.
He did something right. We all still respect him.
Nice looking man.
Well, thanks. He's like a father to me. 6:52. And Cindy back inside. Wait, watch the hair, fella.
And News 4's Ray Collins kicked off the noon hour concert series today by introducing the Spirit of Youth 97.
Cool. Hi, how are you?
Not as good as you. Not as good as you.
You know, it's so good to be. I plan on all these segments, and I do this a day after ratings. What am I thinking?
That's right. I asked him also about what's going on in Washington, and that's the topic of his segment this weekend on 60 Minutes. And he said, well, I don't know a lot about that kind of thing involving Monica Lewinsky and President Clinton, the allegations. He said, I don't know much about that. The closest I ever got to that was one time we went on a ski vacation with some friends of mine in a lodge, and one time I used a girl's toothbrush. So.
But I know so little about that. I mean, the only thing closest I ever came to oral sex was once I went on a ski trip with a bunch of guys and girls, and we all stayed in the same lodge, and by mistake I used the girl's toothbrush. I mean, that's...
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Well, better luck in the future. So
I can do that?
No, we can't use that part tomorrow. Well, there's our edit.
Well, at least there's Ray. Managed to stay up on his feet, so that's a good sign.
Fourth birthday to my little niece, Kaylee Collins, out there in Clarence. Yeah, Larry Playfair is here. Great to have you here.
My pleasure.
Boy, you're
Thanks
a big boy. I mean, I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. You're much bigger than I am.
Well, we played against each other one afternoon over at Buff State. You'll recall that.
You're being very kind to say we played against each other.
Tough stuff, then I don't stay excited and enthused. So sometimes success is measured in inches and sometimes it's measured in miles.
Picking with the spread, they didn't win by enough, and if we roll that tape, we see that she was actually very distraught about it. She was not happy at all.
Well, so, you didn't tell her about the spread,
No, it's my fault.
A little photo of my mother and I.
Well, here's my mother and my father back in the mid to late 1960s. My father says that my mother made him what he was because he was a kid from Niagara Falls, and she grew up on Linwood Avenue in Buffalo. And they started dating, and before you know it, he owned a boat business, Collins Marine, on Niagara Street. He credits her for his success. And then this was a few years later, St. Bonaventure graduation. Parents by my side, and next week they celebrate their 50th anniversary.
Wow.
And right now, as we speak, they're in Ireland because all the kids chipped in to send them to Ireland for their 50th.
How nice.
So some nice memories of my mother and father.
The Associated Press has presented Newswatch reporter Ray Collins the award for Outstanding Individual Achievement for reporting in the state of Florida. We here at WEVU-TV congratulate him.
Tens of thousands of Western New Yorkers will be busy outside this weekend. Many will be downtown at the Gus Macker basketball tournament. Others will be Kevin, I was telling Lisa how you dragged me out on Friday night to a local night spot. And
kicking and screaming.
I'm sure.
Finally, at 1:30, I said, I gotta go. And he said, what are you going home so early for? Pictures from days gone by, and see if you recognize either of these people.
Okay, so if you think that's funny.
Yeah, it gets funnier, folks.
Huh?
Hey, it's Tammy Faye.
Yeah, and my friend. Shut up.
Here.
It's not fair. How come you get to see him?
Well, earlier in the day, a woman mistook me for him. She said, are you Doug Flutie? I said, no, I'm not Doug Flutie.
Really?
So later I saw him. I thought, here's something to walk up and say to him.
He'll get a kick out of that, right?
So I walked outside Doug, Ray Collins from Channel 4, and I've got some bad news for you. And he said, what? What? Like his car had been hit. I said, someone mistook me for you earlier. Because he's supposed to be a great-looking guy, and I'm the dork on the TV.
What did he say?
He said, oh, okay.
He didn't get it.
So I thought, now what do I say? So the moral of the story is, have a second thing.
These people dream of salty caraway rolls, but not.
To have help if you're trying to stop smoking, whether it be through a class, an anti-smoking device, or quitting with a buddy. Here's the ringleader. Loosen up. You may think that shooting a film in Toronto might mean somewhere here along Yonge Street in the heart of the city, but you may be surprised to find out where this film was shot. This
he's also worked with Liam Neeson a lot, and I think between the two of us we've nicknamed him the Brogue Basher.
Tens of thousands of actors, producers, and directors working on movie lots like this one here in Toronto. And Roma Downey of Touched by an Angel says that Tom Todoroff of Buffalo is one of the best.
And he has integrity.
The Statler, some 43 years ago, with my sport coat tucked in my pants as a summer replacement announcer, and I've had a lot of fun over the years, I'll tell you that.
And see the old-time cameras, the old Buffalo Bill.
WIVB was the first broadcast station to put television
on the gremlin in Ray Collins' microphone.
So now we're going to go back out there to the Historical Society where we are celebrating our golden anniversary. Ray?
It was this thing, guys.
Oh, boy.
All right, thank you, Frank. Chuck, 5:01 right now.
Turn to milder temperatures.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Frank. I've got 5 brothers and sisters, but sometimes I misplace their birthday dates.
Oh, man.
So happy birthday to Cindy Collins, who lives on Nantucket Island.
Well, what do you think she would say if she were here? I mean,
yeah, she can probably hear you.
She's the kind who would say, don't talk about my birthday.
Is that true, Cindy? Is that true?
Yeah, that's what she'd say.
Cindy?
You didn't call.
Hello.
No.
Traveler's warnings.
Cindy, they woke you up?
No, we were up doing bookwork.
Oh, you were?
There you go.
Hi, Ray.
Happy birthday.
This is fun.
Maybe this is the season to start rollerblading. It's one of the fastest growing activities around, and it's a great aerobic workout. This is my father and me when I was about a year old.
Oh, cute.
That's not a that's me. That's a basketball. Don't confuse the two heads there. That's over on Kings Highway in Snyder. My brother Richard, and there's me and my father. That after open heart surgery back in 1980.
Wow. And he's doing well, huh?
Certainly is. Here he is now. 76 years young.
Looking good.
Having a great time playing tennis about 6 days a week. George Collins ran a boat business called Collins Marine for about 30 years. And very proud of my father. He's got 6 kids and 13 grandchildren, and certainly my hero. Happy Father's Day, Dad.
3 is filling in, but moving along just fine. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you,
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Pecker.
So the rain is gone for today. Is this correct?
Yes, Mrs. Pecker. Mrs. Pekka.
Kaylee is 4. Aaron is 7. And Christopher is 6. He's over there next to the doggy.
Next, he's got a white shirt on.
Right.
That's great. And then the dog is named
Tennyson, of course.
And he's 9.
Alfred Lord Tennyson.
And he's 9.
9 years old?
Yes.
He's older than you! Does he read
9
and a half. So Tennyson will be 10 pretty soon, right? How many is 10? How many? I keep forgetting. It's like one of these.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7,
11,
10, 9, 10, and then 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's right. Wow, you're very smart. You're
Yeah.
good with math and with reading. So are you
I can't even read.
really? Well, that's okay. How old are you? How old are you?
Boy.
See, when I was 26, I learned.
I'm waiting for the bus, and the bus comes, and I get up. I had to sit with the boy, and all the kids on the bus started making fun of me, and they were chanting something. I don't even remember what it was.
Man,
Oh.
what does your therapist say now?
I'm okay.
You can look really closely there on the left side of your screen. That's a before and after picture. That's Richard and I growing up.
Pool.
I might take the plunge in a pool, though.
Well, I was just going to say, if you invite me as your best man, I'll push you in.
You're a candidate, Chuck.
You're right.
Your own uniform?
They gave us some uniforms. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I was number 4, coincidentally.
Hey.
Isn't that nice? So Gilles Perrault, Rick Martin, Tony McKegney, all your heroes of the Sabres from days gone by, put on the old uniforms and played us. You're about to see Gilles Perrault in a few seconds here. And unbelievable to be out there among these legends of Buffalo hockey. You know? And there's Gilles Perrault, number 11, perhaps the best Sabre of all time.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, good time had by all.
Witness their heroic deeds as News 4's Ray Collins and cameraman Tom Vetter travel with them on a mission of mercy.
Not only do they need supplies in Honduras, they also need money. Money to rebuild houses like that one and bridges like this one that was washed out by Hurricane Mitch. Niagara Falls Air Reservists are bringing 1 million pounds of supplies here to Honduras and Central America. The challenge now is getting these supplies into the villages, many of which have been hauntingly quiet since the hurricane struck.
Hello, security? Yes, there's a man sitting next to me on the desk. I'm not exactly sure who he is.
Ray Collins, ladies and gentlemen. Ray, you're here.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, we should cancel then what I had planned. We had you actually going to be out there Western New York. We had your picture in every home.
Oh.
On milk cartons. Yeah.
Eagle is.
I luckily got a 3 on a par 5. It was a mishit. I meant to lay the ball up and I whacked it on the green. But that for dinner. Yeah. And then I took my parents out to a very unusual lunch in Venice, where they live for half the year. It's called Snook Haven. And you have dinner right along the water right there. It's very close. And then, my father sold boats for about 40 years on Niagara Street, Collins Marine. So I rented a fishing boat, took out my parents.
Oh, boy.
How
This
fun.
was a sentimental trip down the Mayaca River in Venice.
I think I need to call Brett Favre and comfort him.
Yeah, bad game for him
I
last
can't do that now that I'm engaged, can I?
night. No, you can't call him.
All right. 34 degrees at 6:22, just ahead. Time to check the wake-up birthday list.
Did you used to call football players before you got engaged? Niagara Falls, of course, is the host officially of today's trip, and he has also been very supportive of President Clinton through thick and thin. There has been quite a bit of thin lately.
That's been one of the biggest guessing games around, is figuring out what his full agenda will be. And there you see the President, Bill Clinton, and his wife, Hillary Rodham Clinton. God, he must have had a hard time. He's kind of goofy looking.
It was a bad hair day for me.
Wow.
I still wear that sometimes on weekends. Not the hairpiece, the tuxedo.
Well, you are like wine, improving with times.
Here, here's $20. Give me the mints. Actually, cliques are a part of high school. They have been for years and will be for years to come.
Weather was so nice yesterday. I saw Lisa driving around with her top down. It was very exciting. It was wonderful to see.
Some might say if this was a legitimate crime forum, Republicans would also have been included.
Oh, yeah, there are a lot of them are criminals. You're right. Yeah, no, you're right.
Shouldn't they have been included, though? Is this a bipartisan crime forum or just a Democratic crime forum?
Excuse me?
Is this a Democratic crime forum or a bipartisan crime forum?
This was a bipartisan crime forum. I don't know who the students were. I don't know if they're registered. And we had all the media, a lot of whom appear to be Republicans. Thank you.
Bring your orange juice over. Let's pour some in. Paul Oak is here from the Hockey Hall of Fame. Great to have you here, and thanks for bringing this thing along. Oh, there's a little Kaylee.
Most of the time.
Little
Who's
Kaylee.
this?
Kaylee graduated last night from the Little Red Schoolhouse.
Folks, my morning best friend and everybody's favorite male co-anchor is leaving for Virginia. So join me now as I go over some of my favorite Ray Collins memories.
Don't cry.
Oh, just inside your own mind, you mean?
Oh!
Yeah.
And if you haven't heard, today is this guy's last day, and the Wild Guy's going to say goodbye to Ray in his own special way.
Ray, you know, I wish I had something prepared. It kind of hasn't hit me yet.
Yeah.
Your knowledge of Western New York, your quick wit, your ability to just segue from one thing to another and just keep the forward movement of the show going is absolutely organic to the success of the show. It's going to be a long time before we find out they have to hire three anchors now. It's going to be a long time. So I love you, man, and we're going to miss you. And me and all the viewers are going to visit you and surprise you.
Oh, good.
So
right.
get 50,000 couches ready.
Thank you for watching Wake Up, upstate New York's only morning show nominated for an Emmy Award.
In Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Ray Collins, News 6. Who's the Reagan conservative, you or McCain?
The person who embraces Republican positions on tax cut issues.
Let's go to Ray Collins in Louisiana. Ray?
This is being called the hottest selling ticket in Sugar Bowl history. History was made today with the swearing in of our 43rd president.
Do you regret the buyouts and the layoffs you made while governor, especially when some workers were hired back as consultants, often at higher salaries?
Details tonight on News 6, 11 at 11.
News Channel 6.
All right, from top secret interrogations to tea parties, Chris Wallace has it all today on Fox News Sunday. He joins us now live from the nation's capital. And Chris, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Ray. Fox 13's Ray Collins is live with us now in Bradenton, Pirate City, as they call it, where Tabitha plays double-A ball. Ray, apparently this woman has had some run-ins with the law before.
Yes, John, she has past convictions for theft and fraud.
Fox 13's Ray Collins is out there tonight with more details. Ray, have we found out what's in those envelopes?
Kelly, we still haven't. It began here about 4 o'clock in the morning when a worker found an envelope on her windshield. He goes away for about 4 months at a time. He left this time about 3 weeks ago. And this is the first time, though, he's gone toward Africa.
All right. Thank you very much. Ray Collins reporting.
That drew plenty of attention from passersby. For many of these veterans, they say the biggest surprise of the day was the reaction they received from total strangers.
It's such a pleasure to realize that and feathering your own nest.
I'm going to give you a chance to find your microphone and put it on your lapel while I ask Christian a question here. People like to say, I vote for the man or the woman, not the party. Well, as the day continues to break here, Max, you've seen a lot more damage. So I'm going to step behind the camera now and give you a tour of what we're seeing here on Midnight Pass Road. The fence ruined right here along Midnight Pass. Earlier this morning, the crews were cutting down trees that were blocking the roadway right there. We're told the folks inside the Excelsior are right now huddling in a community room.
I'll tell you, a lot of that energy was in the Florida delegation, Ray.
That's true. I had a chance to talk to Kathy King, who heads up the Manatee County GOP, and we talked throughout the week. I said, do you think there's been an evolving attitude toward unity? And here was her response minutes ago.
I'm definitely more optimistic.